Hello and welcome to our second How to Pray video. My name's Josh Davis and I'm going to give you some step-by-step videos teaching you how to pray. Now, if you missed our first video in this session, I'd encourage you, please go back and watch that because we are building, if you will, a house of prayer step by step by step. And so if you jump in 3 or 4 videos in and there's going to be some things that doesn't really make sense to you. So please join us on these videos one by one and hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. That way you'll get notifications, and make sure you turn on your notifications so that you will be up to date on when we release these new videos as we engage in this journey together. How to pray. Now, in our first video, we asked, is it important whom we pray to? And the answer to that is yes. And then we asked another question, well, cannot we pray to any being, any higher power with equal validity and with equal access and with equal estimates based on they're going to answer my prayer? And the answer that we gave to that question is no. I know that's not a popular answer, and I'm not going to rehash everything that we said in the first video, but even though it may not be popular, because we just simply don't like to be told that we are wrong, and we don't like telling other people that they may be wrong in something that they are very sincere about. Yet the fact remains, what is reality? And what is really real? What if somebody, to use our math analogy, believed and sincerely believed that 2 + 2 was 5, and they just could not get it out of their head that 2 + 2 is 5? They sincerely believed that, and you showed them evidence, you showed them how the math works, you've done everything you can, and everyone else around the world is saying 2 + 2 is 4. It has to be that way. That's the way that reality is. Can we just determine what is mathematically true and false? No, we cannot. That may not have many ramifications on a first grade math test, but it would have huge ramifications if the pilot and the airline that you are trusting with your life is saying 2 + 2 is 5 or 6 or 8 or whatever number you want it to be. You're never going to arrive at the right destination if their mathematical calculations are off. You're never going to be able to get to where you want to go. And so what I'm trying to get across to you and how this relates to prayer is that this is an issue of worldview. And to whom you pray is the most important part of prayer. Yes, who you pray to is the most important part of prayer. That's why I'm spending so much time laying this foundation before we get to more practical issues of our prayer lives. Because if we don't know who we pray to, and we have all the right technique and skills and all these practical, pragmatic kind of issues, if we got all that down pat, but we're praying to the wrong being, we're wasting our time, we're wasting our breath. And so let's nail this down before we go much further. And say, well, how do we know to whom we should pray? How can we discern which is true and which is false? Well, we need to look at the facts. We need to say, what do the facts of reality tell me and teach me regarding these things? And let's think of it in terms of, imagine that, and God forbid this happen, but imagine that you discover you've got some kind of a skin cancer and something begins to appear on your face, and you notice it day after day, and it continues to grow week by week, month by month. After a while, you get very concerned, and you schedule an appointment with your doctor. And you go to your doctor and say, "Doctor, I've been watching this spot on my face. It started out just like a pin prick, and it's been growing and growing and growing. Now it's about the size of a dime. I'm getting very concerned about this. I don't know what I should do." And what if your family doctor said, "You know what, many people, and I'm sure that you've looked online and done some Google research, and you have come to the answer that you have some kind of skin cancer. Am I right? And you say, yes, that's exactly what I've been doing, doctor. I've been looking online, trying to figure out and looking at pictures online, and it looks like it may be some kind of skin cancer. What can I do about that? And what if your doctor says, well, rest assured, don't believe what you've read online. You don't need to listen to that. I don't believe in cancer. I don't believe that cancer is real. I believe that cancer is just an illusion, and that what you have, if you just get that in your mind and you get that in your head, that cancer is just an illusion, that spot will disappear. If you want to cover it up, perhaps with some makeup, or find something that you can just smooth over that spot on your face and just forget about it. It'll go away. It's just an illusion. Just forget about it. What would you say if your medical doctor, if your family doctor told you that? Would you be like, oh, great, cancer is just an illusion? My doctor told me so. Is that good enough? What does the medical evidence suggest? The medical evidence is clear that cancer is real. And I hate cancer. And I'm not trying to say that we ought to glorify cancer. You understand what I'm saying there. But we know that cancer is a real thing. So suppose that you notice that now this dime-sized spot is growing, and now it's gained in size to about the size of a quarter. So you decide to call another doctor. You schedule an appointment with a dermatologist who specializes in skin cancers. And you go and you meet this physician, and they begin to explain to you that, yes, we've done some testing on that place, and you were right to call us. And I'm glad that you came in when you did, because you do have skin cancer. But it can be cured. And there is a great way that we have discovered, and that has been discovered by medicine, to treat and cure the kind of cancer that you have. Yes, it is 100% curable. You're going to be okay. Which gives you more comfort? Which gives you more hope? Your medical doctor who told you it's just an illusion, just ignore it and it'll go away? Or the one doctor who said, yes, you're right, there is something wrong, but there is 100% effective cure that can be given to you. I believe that if you're like me and trying to use good common sense, and you understand the medical state of things, that you would agree that the one who told you that you have cancer but it can be cured is the one who is telling you the truth. You would go down the road of whatever that doctor told you was the cure, would you not? So that you would not have that cancer anymore, and so it would stop its spread in your body. You dealt with it. And so how does this apply to prayer? And how does this teach us anything about who to pray to? Well, the God that matches reality, the God that matches the facts of how reality is in this world, is the God that we need to be praying to. And who is that one that we ought to pray to? Well, I want to give you some evidence for that, but I'm going to put it off into our next video because it's going to take us some time to unpack these truths. So I hope that you will join us in our next video as we continue to explore how to pray and to whom should I pray. And please be patient with us. Gain in your understanding of these things, because you need to have that firm foundation. This is the most important part of your prayer life. And if you've got a question, maybe something that we can address, maybe something that we can explain along these ways, or some resource that we can point you to, please comment below and I'll be glad to help you any way that I can. If you've got a special prayer need and you'd like to reach out to us, I'd be glad to do that. If you want to do it through comments, if you want to do it through social media, if you'd like to reach out to me via email, that'll be down in the information section as well. It is pastor@antiochbristol.com. Until next time, thank you for joining me and learning how to pray.